Hi guys, Chauntelle here. So I was playing with this paper stack yesterday, and I've lately been really drawn to that gold foiling look on paper, which you can actually buy DCWV. I think this is from DCWV. This stack makes the paper that way, and then you can use it in your cards or projects how you choose. So I've been really drawn to that. A few months ago, there was a craze where people was doing foiling, like with the Mink Machine by Heidi Swapp, or with the laminating machine and Versamark. Like, there's a lot of different techniques you can use to get that, but I wasn't able to do it at the time, and so this paper was attractive to me. So I made this card. It's pretty simple. This was actually a piece from the set, and all I did was cut it down to size. I layered it behind some black cardstock, and then I cut the stripe piece down to size, layered that with some black cardstock, and I put it on this card base that I get from Michaels. They're already layered this way. I mean, well, not layered, but they're already shaped into cards. And so that I put the black cardstock and a little piece of that strip there. I'm going to find a nice sentiment to put on the inside, and then that finishes this card. Now, I did add these flowers. They are from Prima. And then I put some Stella all over them. Now, let me tell you a little bit about that, just really briefly. I was trying to use my black enamel dots, and I had a couple dots down there, a couple dots up there, but this paper is not smooth. It's like slick, and so the enamel dots were sliding around and making big, like they were filling out more space than they should have, and I was really bummed that that was happening. But I sat the card down, did a couple other things, and then it came to me, oh, Chauntelle, you can add some flowers in those spaces. So that's what I did, and I actually loved the way that it turned out. So that's that card. I made another card. However, let me tell you about something else first. In the process, I discovered that I do have a laser jet printer in my home. My husband has an office here, and he's had this printer for a long time, and I'm like, I was watching a video and somebody had a link to in the in their description showing the printer that they use, and so I clicked on that and saw the printer, and I'm like, that looks like a printer that's in my husband's office. And I'm so dumbfounded, and I went and I ran in there and I looked, and it's the exact same printer. So I was so excited that I had a laser jet printer in the house, because I wanted to try this technique that I've been seeing people doing called foiling, but I have an inkjet. I have the Photo Smart by Hewlett Packard. So I knew that that wouldn't work, and I didn't want to have to go to Staples and pay to have some things printed for me. So anyway, then I started playing with that. So it's a laser jet printer, and oh, the foil's in the other room. But these are the sentiments that I printed on the laser jet printer, and then I used foil. This gold foil is the Heidi Swapp foil. And this one is red, and it's from Deco Foil. Let's see if, here we go. There you go. Happy holidays. I love the way this came out, and I don't have the Mink Machine. I do have a laminator, so that's what I used to laminate these. And then I was trying with different colors together. So I did some of the green, which is also Deco Foil, and that gold again, which is from the Heidi Swapp. Isn't that cute? I was so happy with myself. I was like, yay! So then there's that one. And then Jennifer McGuire, who had done a tutorial once on making foil, she had also suggested printing just a black area on your paper, and then you foil that whole paper and you get this. So this is the red, foiled. Let's see. So you have the whole sheet there. And then here's a gold foiled sheet. It's so pretty. I was so happy with myself. And so on this one, as you can see, what I did was I made the foil sheet, and then I used a hello die cut, and I cut out the hello, which is now foiled. Isn't that nice? So you could do this, right? You can go, if you don't have a laminator or you don't have a laser printer, you can take a black sheet, right? You make a square on a black sheet, you cover it in black, and you take that to Staples to get printed, or Kinko's, or wherever you go for your copy jobs, and have them print it. And then you foil it if you have a laminator machine, because that's all I use. I don't have the ink. You laminate it with the foil so you get a whole sheet of this, right? And then you can either use your die cuts and cut things out like this, or you can take this sheet and use it in your cutting machines like the Cricut or the Silhouette Cameo and cut out what you want. Isn't that cool? I was so excited. I actually have a video showing you how I created the sentiment that is on this card, and I will insert that video right about here. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I have this cut out. It's a sentiment from the Silhouette store. I just printed it onto the LaserJet printer, and then I used a circle punch. Well, actually I used a circle, a die. I didn't bring that in here with me because I have my laminator hooked up somewhere else, not in my craft room. But I used a circle that would fit around the sentiment and cut that out. I have this piece of foil, and now what you have to make sure you do when you're using the foil, and there's lots of videos out there showing how to do this because that's how I learned, is it can be any color you want. It just needs to have that silver foil backing paper on it, and that's what is going to make it stick. This is the sentiment that I showed you earlier, the happy birthday. This is the negative of it after it printed. And I am using Deco foil. I paid $1.79 for this. Lady Swap also makes it for her Mink machine, which is pretty much the same thing as a heat laminator to, you know, enclose documents and things like that inside of clear plastic, which is what I'm using. And I have this one here. I have two settings on here, 3 millimeter and 5 plus. I have it on the lowest setting because I don't need to have it any hotter than that. So what I'm going to do is take the foil, color side up, and I'm just going to lay it over top of the image that I want the foil to stick to. This right here is just a piece of copy paper, regular weight copy paper, folded in half. I've got my image there. I'm going to close this up over the image through. The only other thing that I will suggest is once it comes out, wait a few minutes before you pull the foil off of it, just to make sure that it cools off and all of your foil adheres to whatever the item is that you're trying to color. Because I pulled off a little bit early before, and some of the foil was splotchy on the word, like the end of the Y or something like that. So it comes out, and then when you pull off the foil, that is so beautiful. Wow, look at there. So now that printed black sentiment that I printed on a LaserJet printer has been covered with that red foil, and now it shimmers. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, back to what I made. So here's the card I created, and there's that sentiment. Isn't that cute? It's all shimmery and bright. I love that. And it's permanent and it's like flat. I love it. I actually think I love that better than embossing, or more than embossing powders. That is super cool. So I made this card. It was inspired by my friend Sharon. She made a card similar to this while we were cropping this weekend. And so I wanted to make something. She used butterflies. She has a butterfly punch. And I used hearts. And what I did, I used my Silhouette Cameo to make a circle and take the hearts and put them all around a circle, and then I welded it all together. So this part is one piece. Yeah, and then I, layered some hearts on top. I used those enamel dots to make little centers. I was determined to use those enamel dots yesterday. And then I just layered some papers and made it pretty. And then there's a cute card, and then I did that to the inside with the same papers that I used. I need to find a sentiment to put in there, and that's a done deal. But what I really wanted you to see was that right there. Isn't that gorgeous? I am just like looking for all kinds of things that I could laminate now with this foil. I'm gonna have to go run out and buy me some more foil. Alright, so there are my projects from yesterday, and I thank you guys for stopping by and checking out my video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.